Why work feels chaotic, and how to finally take control. Many people end their workday with the same feeling. You worked all day. Answered messages. Joined meetings. Solved small problems. Handled requests. But somehow, the important work didn't really move. And tomorrow already looks full again. So work starts feeling chaotic. Not because you're doing nothing, but because everything feels urgent at the same time. Most people assume this chaos comes from workload. Too much work. Too many responsibilities. Too many demands. But often, the real problem is simpler. Work feels chaotic when priorities aren't clear. Without clear priorities, everything feels equally important. Every email looks urgent. Every message demands attention. Every request feels like it must be handled now. So your day becomes a reaction chain. You handle whatever appears next, instead of moving intentionally toward meaningful progress. And modern workplaces make this worse. Everyone can reach everyone instantly. Requests arrive continuously. And because work happens in shared systems, other people's urgency becomes your urgency, even when it shouldn't. So people try to cope by working faster, multitasking, or extending their workday. But speed doesn't solve chaos. Clarity does. Here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, "What do I need to do today?" ask, "What actually matters today?" Not everything deserves equal attention. And when nothing is prioritized, everything feels stressful. A practical system that still works years from now is simple. At the start of each day, choose 3 priorities only. Not a long task list. Just 3 meaningful outcomes. Things that, if completed, make the day successful. Everything else becomes secondary. Something interesting happens when you do this. Incoming requests still arrive. Emails still come in. Messages continue. But your day no longer changes direction constantly. Because you already decided what matters. And decisions made calmly are stronger than decisions made under pressure. There's another hidden benefit. When you finish even one meaningful priority, motivation grows. Because progress becomes visible again. Instead of ending the day with dozens of small tasks done, but nothing meaningful completed. There's also a quiet pressure many people carry during the day. The feeling that everything needs attention. So even when working on something important, a part of the mind keeps scanning for what else might be waiting. Another email. Another request. Another small fire to solve. And this constant mental switching makes work feel heavier than it actually is. Clear priorities reduce that pressure. Because once you know what truly matters today, other tasks stop feeling equally urgent. They can wait. And your brain finally relaxes enough to focus. Over time, this changes how work feels emotionally. Instead of constantly reacting, you start choosing where your energy goes. And that small sense of control makes stressful days feel manageable again. Progress stops being accidental and becomes intentional again. And there's another change people notice after working this way for a while. Work stops following you into the evening as much. When priorities stay unclear, the mind keeps replaying the day. What did I forget? What is still waiting? What will explode tomorrow? So even after work, your brain never fully switches off. But when you clearly define what mattered today, and you moved at least one important thing forward, your brain receives closure. The day feels complete. Even if not everything was finished. Because completion isn't about doing everything. It's about doing what mattered most. Over weeks, this creates something people rarely expect. Work becomes calmer. Not because workload disappears, but because chaos disappears. And when chaos disappears, energy slowly returns. Many people try to fix work stress by working harder. But often, relief doesn't come from effort. It comes from clarity. From knowing where attention belongs. And letting the rest wait until tomorrow. And that might be the biggest shift. You stop chasing work all day. And start directing it instead. And once that happens, work begins to feel manageable again. Instead of endless. AI can support this quietly too. By helping summarize incoming work, grouping requests, or helping you plan tasks realistically, so priorities become clearer, and your attention stays where it matters. AI becomes a planning assistant, not the decision maker. The goal isn't to do more work. It's to do the right work first. So the day feels intentional, instead of chaotic. And once priorities become clearer, another issue often appears. People realize their workload isn't just big. It's fragmented. Work gets started, but rarely finished in one sitting. And in the next video, we'll explore why work keeps getting interrupted, and how to finally finish what you start. And once you fix that, work starts feeling lighter again.